you had a very traditional kind of a family background, and getting into films at that time must have been a big career move. Like
it was a big career move.
Yeah.
And my mom comes from a very orthodox family, so does my dad. But still, my dad's family was okay, you know. But my mom's family was someone we had to like go to and ask for permission. And my great grandma was alive at that time, and we went and spoke to her because she was the oldest, you know,
So you had
of
to
the
get-
family. So we had to get permission.
Tell that to
from-
this generation these days. Right?
Yeah, so we had to go and talk to her, and she was very progressive. She was very progressive, very forward thinking, and she said, I've seen her dance and she's so talented, she should do something like this.
Okay.
She should do something that brings her art to the people, and I'm confident if she works hard she will do well. And we got permission, and then I decided, okay, this is what I will do.
Your dance moves, of course, like they are legendary. Everybody knows about it. And tell me about your relationship with Saroj Khan and how you both did that collab. Today, the word collab is on.
Yes.
But between that partnership between you and Saroj Khan and the fabulous dance sequences that you did, explain to me that.
Yes, I had worked with Saroj Khan even before Tezab. We did, I think, Uttar Dakshin and few films like that, in which there was a lot of Indian dancing. So when N. Chandra said, I want to do this stage performance, in which is like hardcore Bollywood dancing, she said that, you know what, I know you're a good classical dancer, but I don't know if you can do a Bollywood song. So I want you to practice. And I'm like, yes, I'm there. I'm practicing. Because even when I was dancing in films, till that point, I knew that I'm a good dancer, but I cannot do it the way it's supposed to, because I was so used to dancing on stage. And there are no restrictions on stage, right? And here it's a camera, and you have to talk to the camera while you're dancing. I found that a little hard. Like, you know, you're dancing here, but you have to give your right profile, and then you're doing some movement which is on the left. And it used to confuse me a lot. And I said, yes, I want to rehearse for this so that I get my, my movements right. So when I'm on the stage, all I can concentrate is on the camera angles and how it's being shot, and understand that whole dynamic. You know.
So this is for the Tehzab song.
Yes, for the
Mohini.
Tezab song, Ek Do Teen song. And that's when it clicked with me that what Bollywood dancing is
That
all
backward
about.
movement?
Yeah.
How
Of
hard
course,
was it?
We practiced with Saroj ji, of course, and we did again and again and again. So people say, you're so effortless. And I remember Roger Federer saying that. He says, people are like, you're so effortless. But he says, you don't see how much
Effort goes
into looking effortless.
Yeah.
You know? How much we worked hard to learn the movement, to do it again and again. I had even heard of Michael Jackson, like every Sundays, he used to just, him and a bottle of water, that's it. He used to stand in front of the mirror and he used to take one movement and do it again and again and again all day long.
But
because for the perfection, you know, you want it to be like, look effortless and just be like amazing.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.